I've been playing it for a few days, and man, I have to say, I've been having the time of my life. I'm addicted to this game, having so much fun, and a lot of controversy going on with the rating of the game, how people feel about it. So I'm gonna give my personal opinion, an honest opinion of how I'm thinking the game is and how I feel about it. First of all, I'm gonna say this: I really like the fact that they have a lot of real planets on the game, real moons of the game, solar systems of different uh, exoplanets, and a bunch of stuff like that. Really awesome. I'm a nerd when it comes to that planet exploring type of thing with real planets. I love planets. So here's the thing. There was, with me, I'll speak for myself, when I played the game, there was an initial disappointment. And the reason the disappointment came about is because, listen, I don't know who did it or who said it. I don't know if Bethesda said this or somebody random, but they kept saying before the game even came out, like a few years before the game even come out, this is going to be Skyrim in space, Skyrim in space, Skyrim in space. The echoes of hearing that over and over through the years. And to me, this is the honest truth. To me, Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls game, is the greatest video game of all time. It ain't even close when it comes to me. So, listen, but they was been saying by the makers of Skyrim, the makers of Fallout, they did say that for the marketing of Starfield. So once you say that, you're putting a huge amount of pressure on you. Oh my goodness. Can you deliver on that promise to make a game equal to Skyrim or even better to Skyrim? So, this past year we have been getting hype. We've been getting Starfield directs, and I can see the Skyrim in the directs. I saw, the way the NPCs was talking. I got so hype. A lot of us got hype. So then when the game came out for early access and I started playing it, it started to hit me like a ton of bricks that this is not exactly like Skyrim, and it's taking me a while to start really having, I'm going to keep it real, fun for real. To me, and this is just small in my opinion, the game forces you to invest into it. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of things that I wanted to do in the game early on, right from the beginning, but the skills, the way you learn the skills and how long it takes you to learn the skills of different skills and stuff, it makes you kind of like, dang, I can't do that yet. I can't do this yet. I want to learn how to do that. It's going to take me this long to do it. That was a little disappointing to me. But fine. I mean, you're going to have to grind it out, whatever particular skill you're trying to do. But the biggest kind of irritating thing with Starfield when you first get it, to me, just I'm speak for myself, is the inventory system. You can't grab but so many stuff at the beginning, and you get overweight by stuff, and you can't run, and you gotta put this back, put this here, that's overkill if you ask me. They need to have, I don't know if they make a patch or something, they need to lighten up with that weight system, because I can't, you're making it extremely tedious of me collecting resources, me collecting weapons, me collecting a lot of the stuff in this game, because now I'm getting weighed down. A lot of people, that's probably one of the first things that's people notice is the inventory. Like, wait a minute, I gotta drop this item, drop that item. I spent like 3 hours trying to figure out what shall I keep. Should I put this there? Loading stuff in my ship, taking it out, putting it back in. It was insanity. So Starfield is not like Skyrim when it comes to the beginning of the game, because Skyrim gives you so much freedom straight from the jump. You can carry a lot of decent amount, and though there is a certain amount you can carry, you can you can carry enough to keep moving forward, um, and do what you want to do, and less is more. Now, another thing I noticed too. Now, this is a another slight disappointment to me because some of you that follow my channel with my WWE games, I'm a huge AI person. Far as the technology of the AI NPCs, I play Sims. I play the Sims game. I love AI. I'm paying attention to that. The AI in Starfield, the regular NPCs, something's not right. Far as if I do something I'm not supposed to do, like punch them or something like that in Starfield, they'll don't. Sometimes they do react, or they have a delayed react, an unnatural reaction. With Skyrim, you hit the dude, punch him, and soon, boom, he's reacting. And there was certain points of the game I just was testing it. I'm not going to play the game like this of Starfield. I was just testing the AI. There were certain times I punched the AI, and then he'll forget that I punched him later on. With Skyrim, you punch an NPC. Once that NPC see you again, oh, he putting his dukes up. It's on, baby. He's ready to fight again. He ain't forget. The NPCs in Skyrim never forgot. If you did them dirty, if you stole something, if you pickpocket something from them, they remembered. With Starfield, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm speculating. These new engines with this new next gen consoles and next gen technology, the AI is not. Well, a lot of games, it's not. Something's off. Cause last gen they got the AI right. The AI was kind of smarter. It's like I don't know if they're replacing watered down AI with better graphics or what. I don't know what's going on, but I did find it concerning, and that was a little disappointing. But I said it wasn't a deal breaker. Still having fun with the game, Starfield, that is. The game style of the characters, it reminds me a lot of Far Cry 5 and Far Cry 6. I am a huge Far Cry fan. So I'm loving the style of the game, and it looks like Cyberpunk. The game looks like Cyberpunk. The NPCs dialogue is Skyrim Fallout. Now the NPCs don't exactly act like Skyrim. As far as doing the mission, like breaking the game, if you will, when we did on Skyrim, like attack NPCs that we normally wouldn't attack or you're not supposed to. These NPCs on Starfield don't act like Skyrim's. They act weird, and I don't know what's going on with the AI. Like I said, I mentioned the AI a little bit before, but all in all, I am enjoying the game. But at first, it did take me a while to get into it. A lot of people are complaining about a lot of cutscenes. Cutscenes, there's menus that I will say you do have to go into my opinion, you do have to go into the menu quite a bit to switch this item, to find this planet, to click over here. But as far as cutscenes, if you ask me, the cutscenes last for 2 seconds and then you off to the other planet. I don't mind the cutscenes. They're not a big deal to me. They're fast, and once you get to the world or the little open area, it's plenty, a decent amount of space to run. So the cutscenes ain't that, but it is a lot of menu switching over, and the reality, and that's what I'm taking up for Bethesda. There's no other way to have done that. If you have 1,000 planets in solar systems or whatever, what other way are you going to do it but to actually click on the menu screen and find out which this planet, that planet? You're going to have to open a menu up. There's no other way to do it. If the basis of this game is you're not just on one world, one map, you're on multiple maps. So what grids? Everyone's kind of talking about the grid situation, that you got this one barrier and boxed in area in each planet. You're gonna have to go to the menu screen. I don't see how Todd Howard and Bethesda do something different in that. This is their I don't know if the word name an experiment, but this is how they made the game. This is their space game. It's so I'm not too hard on them when it comes to that. When it comes to have to keep going to the menu screen and have to keep fast traveling. I'm not I'm not nitpicking on that. I don't see no problem with that. No big deal. And like I said, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. Now here's another thing that I do have a problem with, that makes the game hard to follow. When you go into these towns in Starfield, these big, heavy, everybody's just bustling towns, and you running through the town, because the game has a lot of missions, a lot of side quests, and it seems like the bulk of the real juicy side quests are in these these big towns. And normally in Skyrim, for instance, you have to walk up to somebody and say what you need, and he'll tell you a side quest. Yo, I need you to go do this, blah blah blah. And you say, okay, I go do it. And sometimes the dude in Skyrim, they will say, hey, come here. Hey, come here. They'll say, hey, come here to you, and you walk up to them and say, okay, what you want? Oh, can you do this for me? I need you to go get this book out of the cave. It's like, okay. So the game gave you a choice when to talk to the NPC to do a quest, a side quest here. Starfield, oh my goodness. I can just run through the town, and all of a sudden, somebody in the distance, I hear them, some citizen or pedestrian or whoever will say something that I can barely hear. And then on the top right corner, it says activity, side quest, whatever. So a side quest will happen, and you don't have to initially talk to the person. You'll just run through them, and you'll hear them in the background, and then a bunch of side quests pops up. I'm like, wait a minute. So then when you get on the menu screen, I'm looking at all these quests I got. I'm like, find this dude's medallion. I don't know, forgot what they said. Find this guy, do this, go to this planet to do that. I'm like, I didn't do what? I don't even know what's going on. I like to know exactly what, if the side quest is not, at least I like to know the story of what's exactly happening, of how I'm getting into this side quest. When you just have NPCs blurting out random side quests while you're walking through town, and it's popping up and filling up your side quest chart, you're like, wait a minute, I gotta do. So yeah. Another thing, that's, it's not that bad, but sometimes I do kind of find it a little sidetracky, is that sometimes these missions are on other different planets, and you gotta talk to this dude. Hey, go do this on that planet. Then you go to that planet. You gotta go to that planet, and then you gotta go, and then you get to that planet. Hey, go do that. Go back over there and do that at this planet. Go back to this planet. It's like you're going at some of the side missions, and even the main missions. I do feel it's not a big deal, but it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I gotta click over here to this. That's when the menu screen does get a little irritating, when a mission, it's like, can you just tell me to go to one planet, let me handle what I gotta do and be done with it? It's like I'm going to this planet to do that planet to collect that planet to go. It's like I'm getting confused. Now, don't get me wrong, I do get what the game is doing. Is showing you, advertising you all these solar systems and planets. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't even know what, wow. So I'm kind of mixing the good stuff and the bad stuff that I didn't really like in the game. I do like the fact that they got our solar system. They got a lore to it. They got a Titan. People are on Titan. The Earth is, I'm not going to spoil it, but something happened to the Earth. So the lore of this game, I'm loving it. I'm loving the story. I'm listening to NPCs. This is the first game where I'm like I'm trying to listen to every NPC. But in doing that, and just trying to conversate with NPCs, you'll go on a mission. Like, I didn't want to go on a mission, but see, it looks like to me there's so many side missions in this game that it's like, I don't know, they don't know where to put them. So they just put them in the town, and every NPC got a side mission. And sometimes you're like, wait a minute, I didn't want to go on a side mission. I just wanted to talk to the dude and learn about the town, like any video game. So it's crammed. I think the side mission, well, the juicy side missions are just crammed into one little condensed areas. They're not really spread out. Like if you click on a random area in the on a world or wherever you're at, you'll get these, I don't know if to call them side missions. They got abandoned labs, abandoned bases, whatever. I don't know if that's a side quest or not, but they need to spread the side quests, the juicy side quest material in this random, because I think where the random generated missions are in the areas that's not the town. Like if you picked a random spot on the planet. But nevertheless, listen, I'm still excited about this game. I'm still having fun. It's just the game. I just feel the game. In order to really have fun with the game, I'm going to have to. You're going to have to really grind. It's going to take you longer to really start to have fun, to really get that skill that you wanted. All the skills take resources, take a lot of talking, take a lot of moving, running. It takes a long time, and the figure of speech was that this game is huge. This game is going to take a long time to beat. And I just thinking like, okay, it's so much material in the game. Well, it's going to actually take a long time to level up, a long time to fit. I haven't even built a ship yet. I spent I don't know how many, 20 hours already. I haven't built a ship. I haven't built. Now I'm on planets looking for different resources to make my weaponry stronger. Because it is true. A lot of people saying this is how I think it's true. A lot of people saying once you get a certain amount of hours, the game, you start to open the game, start to open up. Well, that's what I'm talking about. I think what they mean by the game starts to open up is you start to build up the skills you want to do. It took long enough. So you're like, okay, I can do this now. I can do. It started to become fun. The quest started becoming a little bit more, fun or whatever. So, but like I said, the game slows you down. We're living in a time where, as far as video games, we want to get right into the game. We want to get to the action, and we want to do this. With Starfield, it says, wait a minute, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I will say it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, the way they're doing this. Like, you're trying to get to this, get to that. You're trying to hurry up and beat this level, trying to level up this dude fast. Starfield, to me, it just seemed like, slow. It's making you slow down. Oh, you got to do this first. You got to go on that planet, collect that. You have to talk to this dude first, build up your skills. You have to run this certain amount of miles. And a lot of people ain't. That's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. This is a whole new generation of gamers. I don't know which direction we're going at. The gaming market is oversaturated with games to get you boom, boom, boom. That's moving fast. I hate to compare it to Spider-Man, but Spider-Man, boom, 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 you're moving fast. A movie game, boom, you're moving, leveling up, like quick. And that's how people are today, as far as gaming. So I believe Starfield, when it's all said and done, is either going to be one of the greatest video games of all time in due time. I don't know how big this game really is. People pointing out different stuff like, this keeps generating the same mission and whatever. I don't know about all that. We're all going to find out. But I don't know none of us know how truly big this game is. They keep saying it's bigger than Fallout and Skyrim combined or whatever. But I think as the months go by and the legacy of this game goes by, it may be one of the greatest games of all time. But on the flip side, it could be one of the most disappointing games of all time. It's either going to go either way. Because with a game so big and a game so meaty with so many side missions, so many quests, so much lore, in my opinion, when these reviewers got the copy, they was trying to hurry up and beat the game and figure out the main story. They wasn't really playing the game like I don't think Bethesda wanted you to play the game. Bethesda looks like they want you to slow down, take your time. Don't. It's almost like they don't. It's kind of like we don't really care if you do the main quest. We want you to do all these side missions, do all this, do all that, level up your character, make them stronger, get this, make them manipulate characters. I mean, there's so many different stuff you can do. So I'm not taking all the reviewers, IGN and other outlets, all that, taking it with a grain of salt, because they only had 2 weeks. And though I had a few days, I'm loving the game. But when 2 weeks hit me, how would I feel? Will I still be intrigued with the story to keep grinding, to keep making my character stronger? Or will I feel like IGN or the other people that already had it for 2 weeks? Will I feel like them? Like, oh man, I don't know. But then some people are giving it a 10 out of 10. And I can see why they're giving it a 10 out of 10. And we do have to, I have to put this in the equation. I have to say this in the elephant in the room, and I got to keep it real. There is a console war going on. No doubt about it. The console war is alive and well. And this Starfield game, I believe, that's my opinion, is ignited the war bigger than ever before. Microsoft acquired Bethesda. That sent shockwaves through the gaming industry like never before. Starfield is the first major release from this acquisition, Xbox exclusive. Listen. Sony is near and dear to a lot of our hearts. Sony, in my opinion, has been winning the console wars for many, many years. They have a die-hard, you hear me? Die-hard fan base. Rightfully so, Sony, because they have been giving us games. I have Xbox Series X and I have a PlayStation 5. I have been playing Sony way longer. This is the first generation I've ever had an Xbox. This was the Xbox Series X. Other than that, I had the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. I love PlayStations to this day. So don't be surprised if some of the criticism is coming from people that don't like the fact that Bethesda is now with Microsoft and is a one deal. So some of this stuff may be a little backlash from that. You see what I'm saying? Because I believe if Starfield, because I believe Starfield was supposed to be on the PlayStation 5, but before this deal went down. But if it was on multi-platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, it was on both, I don't think it will be getting this much hate with it. I think it will probably get a lot of criticism, kind of like Cyberpunk, but it wouldn't get this much vicious. Some of the criticism Starfield is getting from a few people, not everybody, but a few, is overly vicious. If you ask me, like boom, over the top. Some of it is over the top, like extremely vicious. Like, dang, you ain't had to go at them like that. You didn't have to go after Starfield like that. But then again, some people are, so you got them, you got a little bit of them, you got a little people, the diehard Sony fans in the mix anyway, that was going to say what they wanted to say anyway, because Sony has been giving us, and I hate to bring Sony in it, but Sony has been giving us classic exclusive games forever. They have been giving us Spider-Man, God of War. Xbox really haven't been doing. They gave us Halo, that was a massive success. But other than that, if you ask me, they weren't really doing nothing. So Sony and all their fans, including me, say, okay, we got the exclusives. But now, it pulled the rug. This Bethesda Microsoft deal, if you ask me, pulled the rug on a lot of people, because some people don't want it. Some people are so diehard that they don't even want to. I would. Some people don't want to touch an Xbox. I was at a point at one point that no, I'll never touch an Xbox. The last gen and the last generation games, you know, the different Xboxes and PlayStation, before the X, I would have never got an Xbox. Yeah, and in fact, I will say this. I'm gonna tell you this story right quick. And some of you may have heard it. The only reason that I got an Xbox Series X is because I missed out on the PlayStation 5 pre-order. And I was so upset that I said, listen, I don't know when I want to play next gen technology. Man, I'm going to try to get an Xbox Series X because the PlayStation 5 pre-orders are sold out. That's the honest to goodness truth. That's the only reason I got an Xbox Series X, because of that. Now, I love my Xbox. I'm an Xbox fan now, though. The Game Pass, so they're competing. So I will also a little bit of more of I will admit a fanboy of Sony, but as this go round of this new generation of consoles, I'm kind of even with both. I love both consoles, and I can see both sides of the fence. But anyway, I'm Wacky Cat. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. But anyway, Starfield is a good game, having a ball. But anyway, Wacky Cat, like, subscribe. I'm out.